brother Riley for getting his pilot's license. Where the hell is that motherfucker?
To my father's black card, to my black card.
God, I haven't done Sambuca since I was 20 years old. Yeah! I'm the king of the world! Let's go. Did he fucking pass out? Open the door! Yo, Jason, get in! Get in!
Ubisoft has been hard at work, and after months of its release being constantly pushed back and delayed, we're finally able to travel to the Rook Island and experience insanity for ourselves. Now that we can get a hands on a copy, we're able to go to the tropical landscapes and understand its brutally dark background story.
Jason, you gotta get me out of here. I'm begging you, please.
So is this gorgeous getaway the tropics you've been waiting for, or is it just another horrible trip waiting to end?
Where are we?
Jason says you guys are doing the Asian thing.
Yeah, Bangkok was our last stop.
Good choice. Always good to go.
So instead of the typical Euro trip, you're backpacking through Asia with your girlfriend, brothers, and close friends. Eventually, through certain circumstances, you're taken to an island where you'll soon find out that its inhabitants are some local friendly natives and pirates who cultivate, distribute, and intake narcotics.
This is some wicked fried shit.
Buy and sell people, kill anyone and anything that opposes in a range of cruelly brutal ways. This game is rated M for a reason, and Ubisoft has created an intense FPS action-adventure open-world game. The game will delve into your psyche and as well as into some dark themes.
I am grateful, right? And I'd really like to show my appreciation, you know. Proper, like a man should.
But it's all well made and coexists with the island and its colorful cast of characters. Your friends have been taken captive, and your brothers have been killed. You play as Jason Brody, a nice, sympathetic, adventurous, and open-minded 25-year-old. The game starts with Jason being innocent.
I can't do this, Grant.
But as you escape from an enslavement camp, he is ambushed by a helicopter while crossing an old rotten bridge that collapses. As Jason falls into the river, he is rescued by a man named Dennis, who helps Jason learn the tools of the trade to surviving on the island.
So you'll help me?
No, you can only help yourself.
Jason is on the search of a power called the Tao.
Do you desire the power to save your friends?
To gain the abilities to save his friends by becoming a warrior of the local tribe called the Rakyat.
And the Tao will allow for you to reveal your true self.
As the game opens up, the player is given the opportunity to explore the vast environment at will, to be able to gain new abilities and learn how to adapt to the insanity on this island. The player will be able to experience how Jason's personality and perspective on life changes. The personality of all the main characters that Jason meets throughout his experience have an incredible cast of voice acting. It's no surprise that Voss, the main antagonist that have been shown these past couple of months, takes the stage for the most impressive and thrilling personality.
You want me to slice you open like I did your friend? Shut the fuck up! Okay? I'm the one with the fucking dick! Look at me. Look me in the fucking eye. Hey! You fuck! Look me in the eye! You're my bitch. I rule this fucking kingdom. Shut the fuck up, or you die.
The moments the player experiences with Boss are memorable. This could be said for the rest of the characters who also show deep emphasis in their emotions, facial and body gestures, as well as how they express their feelings towards the situations they are in.
Jesus.
Oh, fuck you!
First to take notice is the beauty of how the Rook Islands look. The vibrant landscapes with lush wildlife create a vivid and believable environment that surrounds the player. There is a wide variety of the floral life, and each one is easy to detect as they glow in the distance, which goes for the same as for every crate, animal, or human corpse. The ways each animal move act accordingly to how animals would react while thriving in their own habitat. And it's better than a zoo. You get to meet each animal individually as well as enjoying the horizons. The mixtures of tones for green, blue, and darker colors like brown or gray make a perfect match for the setting and never seem to look dull. The surrounding open world is vast, and players will not recognize many areas the second time, since everything is usually trees, ruins, and water.
Okay, Jason, channel Indy. Where's that
player, however, may experience a slight jungle fever after exploring the surrounding areas for hours on end. The way that Jason reacts to how he's maneuvering around the jungle is realistic, in the sense that Jason moves organically. He has limps, he falls, he heals himself, he hunts, and he narrates his thoughts and begins to grow a connection with the player.
Oh, shit, I'm running dry. Maybe the pirate's got a stash lying around.
So, hobbies. Cooking, painting, movies, crystal meth. What are yours?
The game progresses through certain acts, where a quote from Alice in Wonderland appears on the screen to explain the similarity and the events of the story. The player begins with a map in black, and with no direction necessary, the player is given the option to tackle mission objectives or run around to explore the jungles.
One last blowjob before you die.
To be able to have a map, the player must climb up radio towers. Each one has its own separate design, and a specific way of climbing. Once at the top, Jason is able to break the safety locks, and configure the signal to be able to access the visible map. On the map, the player is able to locate the nesting grounds of animals, stores, and villages, as well as the game collectibles such as plants, loot treasures, relics, lost letters, and memory cards. The pirates control the island. They control many outposts as well as the surrounding area. On the map, it appears as red. As Jason slowly takes control of each outpost, the Rocket then controls the area, which makes them safer to explore. The game progresses as Jason completes missions handed to him by the people he meets, and as Jason perfects his skills with his survival techniques and on his way to becoming a warrior. The design of the levels are varied and always different when given new quests that add to the suspense of the game. The game is visually attractive, and its typography sets a tone for the environment, but in some circumstances, the legibility of the lettering can be difficult to read. The styles for the menu are mirrored. The idea seems interesting at first, but since the screen looks divided, it looks like it's just taking up space. The layouts and the spreads in which the text and imagery are contained are organized, and the margins have enough air between the elements so that there isn't any visual contamination or disturbances. The menu is presented as a tablet Jason owns and contains all the necessary information the player needs to understand the environment surrounding the island and the gateway to access skills, options, and other statistics.
Tools of the trade? Party favors.
The chromatic colors are very passive and contain movement throughout the background on the menu, and it is interesting to see how the save icon are two revolvers simulating a butterfly flapping its wings. Objectives such as supply drop missions contain flares colored in violet and white, which help visualize where the player needs to go. Although a red would have been more attractive, it would have also confused the player from the enemy and the destination. Most of the objectives are marked with the yellow icon on the screen, but as the overworld map is large, the player will take multiple trips to the map screen to be able to understand which roads to take to get to the initial destination. Otherwise, the player might get confused and find himself lost from time to time.
Surprise, motherfucker! You didn't think I knew you were coming back. I am so disappointed!
There's no denying that the lush and vibrant horizons that the player will experience on all capturing mode. It's the attention to detail, or why they're climbing up the radio tower as the sun sets or rises, or how the light sets the tone perfect. How the sounds of the wind upon the leaves here while rustling through the jungle, or how visually attractive it looks and feels to hang glide over oceans and hills, or even how the horizon on the screen looks out of focus until you walk outside a cave. There's a certain depth to the creatures of the environment and the wide variety of options the player is given to complete his objectives and overall improve his management of weapons, items, and medicines. It's pleasant to be able to swim in a game, where the view of the screen is blurred, as it would be in real life. Surfacing up the water and noticing the reflection of the sun rays adds to the depth and experience of the gameplay. It's an enjoyable journey, even when you take a couple minutes to put down the controller to view how the conflicts between the characters evolve.
I'm not going.
What?
What are you talking about?
Their facial gestures and expressions add to the realism, but at times, the script isn't always as well written in some areas. Some suspenseful moments turn out to be not as taken as seriously.
You hit the ground.
Capiche? I feel like that's only an Italian thing. Only Italians can say that.
Other villages you'll find will give you quests to complete, but those villagers don't seem to have been taken the same amount of time and quality as the rest. It's a detail big enough to notice and doesn't make those quests as interesting or as involving.
I don't feel good.
You want some medicine?
Please don't.
Take your medicine.
The game supports an interesting feature with fire, in which the area where the fire starts will spread and rapidly engulf an entire area, taking enemies as well as yourself if you're not careful. It's a great detail to add to the realism of the game. However, the way the flames spread doesn't look organic. The frames on how it moves and looks visually isn't as impressive. Wherever the flames occur, they leave a scorched area afterwards. But it's a shame that when you're able to turn burn houses and surround the vast island, they aren't able to explode even when you light a box of ammunition on fire. With this, the depth is diminished and takes away all of the potential the element of fire would have an effect on the game.
I can't take any more of this heat! Shit!
As Jason learns to survive the island, he's able to hunt down animals and skin them to be able to improve and enlarge the capacity of the items he's able to carry. His arsenal of items splits into 4 sections: medicines, equipment, ammo, and arrows. This is where the game takes elements of RPG. Jason is able to craft an assortment of items to improve his health, enhance abilities, and create bigger equipment. The only way of doing so is by either acquiring a certain amount of plants to create syringes, or by hunting down different animals and obtaining a required amount of skins to create a desired object. The game allows you to tag enemies and animals to be able to see them through objects, so you'll be able to execute a stealth attack or go completely postal. You can tag enemies by pressing the up diagonal button to take out the camera and zoom in to check the surrounding environment. If you press the right diagonal buttons, Jason is able to throw an unlimited amount of rocks. This helps distract enemies and is used to enhance the stealth throughout the game. The game only gives you the left and bottom diagonal buttons to assign 2 types of syringes, so if you want to switch it with another one, you have to drop what you have to replace it in that slot. The ways to get out of Rook Island are all interesting to do. Besides running, swimming, or taking lines, you can drive types of jeep, quads, or trucks. On water, Jason can travel with boats or jet skis, and yes, they all explode.
What's going on back there?
Traffic control!
On the top, you might find some hang gliders. You're able to enjoy the view from the skies, and to get to your destinations quicker depending on how you want to get there. To top it off though, Jason gets his own wingsuit later in the game. The gunshots hear and feel great. You can customize your weapons by adding attachments. You can only carry up to 4 weapons with an added 4 types of explosives.
Give me the C4, I'll do it.
You're able to take down enemies with a machete and do an assortment of combos such as pulling off an enemy's grenade and kicking him away, pulling him underwater, taking various at a time, from above, and so forth. The way to do this is by enhancing Jason's skills with the tatau, which can be seen on his left arm. The skills are divided into 3 sections. The heron, which houses the long range and mobility. The shark, that contains assault takedowns and healing. The last is the spider, which grants stealth takedowns and improves survival techniques. Jason basically doesn't have a level, but every time the player completes an objective or kills, he's granted XP. The game rewards you more for stealth takedowns rather than with the run and gun.
Yes, I love this thing!
There were 50 skills and you will acquire each one rather quickly.
We are the warriors of the Rakia, and I will lead you to glory!
As the island is controlled by pirates and there is no law, no order, don't be surprised if you see some brutal acts committed in front of you. The amount of drugs,
That's a lot of weed.
sex,
Cinta, untuk anak-anak kami.
and alcohol that is portrayed in the game is high.
Fuck beer. What's the drink here in Bangkok?
The Mai Tai.
Forget it. Let's do Sambuca shots.
Just as you get to be in certain scenarios of the game, these scenes are by far the most awe-inspiring and visually attractive moments in the whole campaign, and it helps the player delve deeper into the insanity of the island.
This is new.
The jungle has its own through the body. The path leads to the heart of the jungle.
Make you feel like I did it first.
Promise that I take care of you both.
Well, it's not my birthday. She must be Christmas.
I'm here for my friend, Keith.
Sorry, it doesn't ring a bell.
You bought him from Hoyt.
Ah, him. He said his name was...
You're hysterical.
Being the third in the series is the type of game that defines the franchise and separates its unique qualities and characteristics into being one of this generation's top successors that brings together an intense and thrilling story with an immersive environment and a variety of ways to explore and conquer. While the game fails with some details, glitches, and other technical designs that could be improved or have not been used to their full potential, it still brings something completely different than the more modern first-person shooters.
Oh, we're gonna fucking die, man! This is it, we're gonna die! Just keep going! One finger every time you lose. I think I'll start with the ring finger.
It offers the player their bang for their buck.
I'm gonna throw up!
With all the content, Ubisoft has smashed into a large amount of time and effort to bring a quality game that has an enjoyable ride and an unforgettable experience throughout the beginning to the end.
Way up in the fucking skies, you thought you had your finger on the pussy trigger. But hermano, you are strong, powerful. Are you enjoying my sister's company? Huh? She's gonna make a warrior out of you. You're so fucked, Jason. Come on. Pull the trigger. Come on, motherfucker. Pull the trigger! Let's go shoot me! Let's go shoot me! Shoot me!